hypocrisy.
Greatness can come from anywhere.
I draw inspiration from the Filipino people and to God and my family. Hard work is the most difficult things in boxing.
Let's get into it.
Talk Nation, it's about to get real. It's your boy Real Talk. Smash that like button on your way in. I hope everybody is well and blessed and ready to get into some boxing. Let's go. Terrence Crawford's Breakfast Club interview reaction. Terrence Crawford is the best fighter on the planet right now. Let's forget about pay-per-view draw. Shout out to Tank Davis. Shout out to Canelo. The best fighter pound for pound right now on the planet is Terrence Crawford. Now, Canelo Alvarez, that's not too far-fetched for Canelo to come down to 160. 158, who knows? So how long, especially Canelo, all the fights that Canelo had, how long is Canelo Alvarez truly going to continue to fight? Terrence Crawford, maybe 2 years, maybe 3 at the most left in the game. Errol Spence, he's the youngest of the 3 competitors, so he may have logistically more time left in the game. But I told y'all, man, like that accident really could have took a couple of years off of Spence's career. But with the lifestyle that Errol Spence led at one point, and from the result of that accident, Errol Spence may have to walk away from the sport a little bit sooner than he may have calculated, because that may be best for him physically. That's a lot of continued wear on the body, especially you moving up to a different division where you got bigger guys who already settled into the weight, who's hitting hard. We've seen the result of what happens when a fighter really settles into the weight. Look at Terrence Crawford. He finally filled into that 147 frame. He was strong, he was athletic, he was durable, his chin was good, his stamina was good. You seen how Terrence Crawford climbed up on them ropes? You know the strength that you have to have in your legs to balance yourself like that? So Bud wasn't experiencing any signs of fatigue at the point where he stopped Errol Spence. That's why that was a good stoppage from the ref. Because if he didn't stop Bud was about to really stop, severely hurt, or really knock out Errol Spence. So the ref not only did his good job stopping it, but that was a good stoppage from a physical and health standpoint for Errol Spence. Because at this point in his career, Errol, he can't be taking too many heavy shots. The only bright spot I would say for Errol Spence is he hasn't been in too many wars. Sean Porter put the most hands, in my opinion, on Errol Spence. Yes, Kell Brook caught him with a couple of shots, but I'm talking about as far as from round 1 until the end of the round. The fighter was game number 1, and the fighter actually was giving Errol Spence a run for his money. That really has not happened until he fought Sean Porter. Sean Porter gave Errol a hell of a fight. So how long does Errol have left in the game? We shall see. Moving on. They talked about Terrence Crawford. What is your greatest attribute in your skill set? And he said, my mind. Terrence Crawford has a phenomenal IQ. Bud probably got the best IQ in boxing. Second to Bud probably would have to be his little brother, Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson even said it himself. Somebody asked him, would you fight Bud? He said, I ain't going nowhere near that fight. Because Shakur Stevenson, no. As great as he is, Bud is just that much more better. That's why they spar each other. That's why they train, will help each other train when one another has a fight going. Because as I said, still sharp and still. Who better? That's Shakur Stevenson, in my opinion. It doesn't matter how big somebody is. Because somebody can be big as far as size, but they can be dumb as a brick. And they don't know how to use their size and those abilities when they're sparring or when they're fighting you. Now, Tim Tszyu, I could see him possibly giving Terrence Crawford a shot because Tim Tszyu wanted to fight Errol Spence. So why not fight the man who beat the man that you want to fight? You say how good Errol Spence is, but you seen what Terrence Crawford did to Errol Spence. So if you really want to test your mettle, then you will fight Terrence Crawford. So if Tim Tszyu, if he fights Terrence Crawford, I like Terrence Crawford in that fight. Yes, Tim Tszyu was making some noise. He got some talent. I mean, as far as his name comes from a championship pedigree with his father, to this day, his father, Kostya Tszyu, like he had one of the most funky knockouts, stanky leg that I've ever seen when he caught Zab Judah with that shot. And Zab Judah, I mean, that was the funniest thing that I've ever seen in my life. If I got it, I'm gonna put that in there so y'all can see it. Crawford versus Boots. Crawford says, you know what, that's a lose-lose situation for me. Because if you beat Jaron Boots Ennis, they're going to say he's young, he's inexperienced, so on and so forth. Now, long story short, it's going to end up like this, y'all. Terrence Moore Crawford, he should fight Boots because Boots is his IBF mandatory and he's the interim champion. That's number one. So if he's the champion, the IBF champion, at some point Bud will have to fight him. Now, if Jaron Boots Ennis and company is smart, you're going to make sure that Terrence Moore Crawford, he gets the lion's share of the proceeds because that's what it's going to come down to, money. You're going to have to satisfy Crawford's financial appetite to get him into the ring. So if that's Bud getting $10 million and Jaron Boots Ennis only getting 3 or 4 or something like that, just hypothetical numbers, y'all. Hypothetical numbers. Don't hold me to it. I make that happen because you'll get your money. This is Jaron Boots Ennis on the back end. You'll get your money. Knock off Crawford, get those belts. You're now young, you're now undisputed. And the fights that you take after this, you're definitely guaranteed you're going to be the A side and you'll start collecting your money accordingly. Then after that, go to the next division, then the next division. Simple as that. Once Terrence Moore Crawford reached out, he was surprised and shocked to find out that Eminem is a huge fan of his. Wow, really? That's right. Goats respect goats. Champions respect champions. Greatness respects greatness.
I don't even know what to say, bro.
Fatality.